This article focused on the impacts of culture on national prevalence rates of social and entrepreneurship. The aim of this study is to investigate the impacts of culture towards driving national prevalence rates of social and economic aspects. From this article, we know that culture works as both informal and formal institution to shape the structures and mechanism of social order that in turn may facilitate socially and commercially oriented. There are three parts of this article: normative cultural values, authority cultural values, and well-being cultural values.
There are several significant differential impacts on normative cultural values on social and commercial entrepreneurship. The research has revealed that economic development has a significant impact on cultural values based on the interaction of socialization and scarcity on national ideals. This is because the value system of rich and impoverished countries are fundamentally different. Given that extensive research shows a link between values, belief, and commercial venturing behavior at the individual and national levels, it's possible that the culture in which these values and beliefs are abandoned could have a different impact on the decision to start a social versus a commercial business. Previous research has shown that the cultural values recognized by the World Value Survey has a major impact on the commercial venture activities, both at the individual and cultural level. Lastly, traditional values also have a considerable impact on commercial ventures.
A strong correlation between tradition and various types of entrepreneurial activity has been discovered in research utilizing the World Value Survey framework to investigate entrepreneurship. The rate of opportunity amid entrepreneurship is heavily influenced by traditional civilization. In both self-report and national prevalence rates, the stronger the emphasis on traditional values, the greater the emphasis on higher level of business formation. Traditional values tend to be intimately linked to commercial entrepreneurship, implying that if a society emphasizes certain value systems, the rate of commercial entrepreneurship will rise. Secular rational values, on the other hand, appear to be intimately linked to social entrepreneurship and should have a favorable impact on the predominance of social entrepreneurship at the national level.
Well-being cultural values is about a cross-cultural variation between survival and self-expression values. There are important aspects from well-being dimensions such as tolerance, trust, subjective well-being, political activity, and self-expression that embody the change in post-industrial societies. Survival values are linked to low levels of happiness, ethnocentric perspective that are embodied by low levels of trust and tolerance, and also emphasis on traditional stereotypical gender roles. As a result, survival societies place a high priority on personal survival, as well as food, shelter, and clothes, and among other things. People in survival societies are intolerant of individuals who are different and perceive them as a threat. People in our societies that stress survival values sometimes perceive culture change as a threat, particularly when foreigners introduce ethnic diversity. On the other hand, self-expression values represented on focus, the opposite of survival values. In conclusion, this research looks into how societal values influence the predominance of social and commercial entrepreneurship. Furthermore, this study presents persuasive evidence to show that the transition of modernization and post-modernization are important in understanding disparities in social and commercial entrepreneurial activity rates between countries. Drawing on the cultural shift perspective, scholars have suggested that no national characteristic had more impact on the prevalence of entrepreneurship at the societal level than an emphasis on traditional and self-expressive values.